Hey Brick fans, and welcome back to the Brick Bakery, where all our jokes are half baked. I'm Jacob, and today I'm putting in a tree in my Lego city. Regular viewers of my channel will probably remember this tree right here. This is something I built for Halloween this year. It's a scary tree with a monster coming out of it, and I actually ended up thinking this is pretty good. And this looks like a small park, and I have a park in my city, Bakersville, that looks pretty barren, so I thought maybe I can fit this in there instead of the park that already is in Bakersville. So yeah, I thought I'd do that today, but let's head over to the city and see what the park is all about. So this is the park as it looks right now. There's this fence all the way around, but inside it's pretty barren. There's just some small bushes right here. In front of the park there's this small area right here with a phone booth and a small vendor that sells cakes and stuff, and of course a bike rack with some bikes on it. So this part is something I'm actually pretty satisfied with, but this looks a little too barren, I think, and I think the other tree will look better right here. And I've got to make room for something over here as well, because as you can see I have raised this part of my city, so there needs to be either room for a sidewalk or for a set of stairs. I need to figure out which one I want to do. So this is the project for today, replacing this with the tree. And a little thing I wanted to show you folks is that I made my city in a modular fashion, so this park can just slide out like this, and you can actually start reworking it with no problem. So here we got the two parks side by side, and as you can see this is actually 16 studs wide, just like this one, so transfer should be relatively easy in that regard. And this one is actually a little smaller in the depth than this one is, so getting room for a sidewalk or a staircase is probably gonna be no problem at all. So yeah, without further ado, I think I'll just get into disassembling this and see if I can make room for this. That's the old park removed from the base plate, and now I've just got to fit in the tree. As you can see, I've left this little square down here at the end because I think I would like to keep this. The phone booth used to be here and the bicycles right over here. I think that looked okay in my eyes, so I think I'll keep that, and then I'll just try to fit in the tree right here and then leave room down here for that staircase or a sidewalk. And that's the fence removed. That was probably the easy part of this because I've made this in a very modular style, so it could be taken in and out if you wanted to make modifications to the tree. And it's a little hard to get your fingers in there if the fence is still there. So making that modular, making that removable in some sense was part of the point of making this. But now comes the big problems, I think, because this is consisting of many small bricks, and transferring this just one to one is probably going to be quite a job, but we'll see how it goes. So I started out removing the edges of this and transferring to this just to get a sense of the scale, and I think this will fit pretty good because you've got plenty of room back here for a sidewalk or a staircase, and maybe even a staircase and a small sidewalk as well. So this is gonna work fine, I think. So here you can see I've transferred the footprint of the tree, and I think this will make it easier to actually move the tree to this, because it does have this very uneven footprint, and moving that in one piece is probably going to be pretty difficult. But now I can sort of aim everything by having this footprint already, so I think this is going to be a good solution. that's the tree transferred, and I think actually that went quite well. You'll notice that I've removed this ghost hand and of course these chains, and it's not because I don't like this sort of ghost story that's related to that, but I want my city to be a little more colorful, a little more cheery than that. So I think I'll be adding some leaves to this tree as well, just to give it a little more color. And for that, I've got plenty of these pieces right here. These will look good on this tree, I think. And I've also got a bunch of these, and I'll add these randomly to these branches up here to just give it some more color and a little more life in general, I think. So that's these leaves added, and I think this really livens up this tree. It looks very, very nice now. I'm pretty satisfied with this. Now I'll just add in some foliage down here, and of course the fence as well, and maybe a sidewalk here as a temporary thing just for now. So yeah, this is looking good, I think. So yeah, here we got the finished little park with a tree in it, and the little square has been kept here in front with the bicycle stands, and the phone is still here, and this little planter. I think I actually will keep it in this color just to give it some contrast and a little more colorfulness. And here on the back is of course that sidewalk I was talking about. I think at some point I will be building a set of stairs to get up on the raised section, but let's see how this looks in the city. Here we are back at the city, and there's one spot that's now empty, and I think we can fit in our little park here. Let's just have a look, see how this looks. Sliding, sliding, sliding. Oh, will the tree? Yes, it will. Dunk. This looks good, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this, I've got to say. I've got to say that this looks very, very good in my eyes. I think it was the right decision to add those green leaves instead of having that little more spooky feel to it. But I've kept the keep out sign, and there's still that big crack right there. So there's still a sense of mystery that's left with this. So I like that, and I think this turned out pretty good, to be honest. And I think this little square here in front still looks pretty good, and it opens up everything here in front, and you can still see sort of inside the city. Of course, this tree now covers up that front that could be over here in the background, but I think that's not a problem because I will be adding in a set of stairs there anyway. So it's not an important thing that'll be covered up. It's just a set of stairs. So that's pretty good, and I like I like this. I think this worked out pretty good. So with that, there's now a tree in the small park of my Lego city, Bakersville, and I think this worked out pretty well. I was quite surprised how easy it was to transfer the tree from one base plate to the base plate that was supposed to go into the city, but that's just lucky, I guess. But what do you think about this? Do you think this looks good? Do you have any suggestions for how I could improve it? Because I want to make this as good as possible. And before you go, please remember to go to www.brickbakery.fun for the full Brick Bakery experience. Now that's www.brickbakery.fun for the full Brick Bakery experience. But that's all for me today. I hope you'll comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Monday.